That was a great game. We are very excited to. I'm just proud of our team, I should say. I think we caught Tennessee off kilter a little bit, but man, did they come roaring back, right? I mean, great second half on their part. And just we think a lot of Tennessee. I think a lot of Kelly Harper, John Harper. What a great job they do. Great coaches, and we wanted our team to come out of this being better. And I felt like we got better today. Obviously, as the losing coach, it's disappointing that we didn't pull it out. But, man, they're great athletes. The way they score on offensive boards, I think, is their best offense. And we needed to be a lot better at that. So, but I just appreciate great history here. This is a great opportunity for our players. So just very appreciative of being here.
Cindy, what did you see from your team that encourages you for the rest of the season based on some of the stuff you're able to do tonight?
Well, I thought we were real gritty. I think that our execution wasn't always real good, but you got to give Tennessee credit for that. Defensively, they got a lot of deflections. Their size is amazing. Their quickness to close down and get to the ball really good. So they rush shots on you. So I knew our offense was going to be a little ugly. But just the grittiness. I mean, we kept playing. When things weren't always going our way, we just kept playing. We had some kids come in, make some big shots. And that's what we thought, if we could hit the open shot, we would definitely have a chance. The problem was in the fourth quarter, we didn't have a whole lot of open shots. And again, that's to credit to Tennessee.
How happy with your team's ability to get the tempo you wanted for most of this game?
Yeah, I was very pleased with that. I feel like we have a good ball handling team that we could control. We talk about time management a lot. We knew that Tennessee averaged a lot of points. I mean, so coming in, we knew that that was going to be critical for us to even have a chance at the end.
Was it something that Tennessee did with athletic ability down the stretch, or was it just maybe you felt maybe you could have executed a bit better?
Well, I would always say that we needed to execute better. There's a couple plays that we've run a million times, and we didn't run them right. We just we drew up a very easy play at the timeout, and we never got to it. So those are things, but pressure will do that to you. And being the first game as well, you're trying to iron out those kinks, and you're trying to iron them out against one of the top teams in the country. So it was a little ugly, but I'm proud of our kids going forward.
Coach, Maria Cornelius with 247 Tennessee. I told anybody who would listen, Lady Vol fans are not always the most realistic fans, that this was a very well-coached team and a veteran team, and do not expect Tennessee to just cakewalk through this opening game. Maybe they'll believe me now, but obviously Tennessee lost Ray Burrell, and then Jordan Horston wasn't playing, and a lot of new kids were suddenly on the court. Did y'all see that as an opportunity that you could maybe go at them a little bit harder?
Well, we felt like Tennessee was at least 10 deep. And we talked about that with our team. It's like, okay, they've got their starting five, but the next five are just as good. So I think that's a credit to Tennessee. Is we knew that the next man up was just going to be just as good. So, and obviously Burrell's extremely talented, but I think they've got a lot of really good pieces. I was hoping, honestly, with the CMAs tonight that, the crowd would be really down. I felt like, you got two things that can happen, either church service or CMAs, because in this part of the country, right, it's God and country music, isn't it? So I was just hoping it's one of those two things. Wednesday, you got church, right? And CMAs, I was just hoping the crowd would be a little bit more in the 1500s.
What was your impression of your team's defensive performance tonight?
As I don't like to play a lot of zone, right? So playing a little bit of zone. But good thing I have Jody Adams, former Lady Vol, on our squad, because she really does our defense. And we talked about a zone, and I thought our kids did a really good job in our zone, and it helped us when we had to go into our man. So I'm proud of our efforts.
So Gabby Walker fouling out there in the last 2 minutes of the game, how do you feel like that affected the ball?
It was huge. Yeah, I mean, that's we needed her in there. She's being very effective. She's a high energy player, as you could probably see. Really plays very passionately. So that definitely affected us. We were having trouble scoring without her in there. And a lot of that, again, is that pressure that Tennessee was able to put on us.
How much of the struggles that Mac and Abby had scored tonight was a combination of their defense and just not making shots they were going to hit?
Yeah, Mac really didn't get frustrated probably until the end there, but you know, both Abby and Mac, I mean, people are going to key on them all year, so they better get used to it. You know, we're not going to feel sorry for them. We just told them this is going to make you better. I mean, if you can use this to make to get yourself better, that's what we need to do. But it definitely had an effect. We're used to those two scoring a lot more because they take a lot of shots.
And one more thing, Kiara's performance tonight. When you said she kind of found her voice, was that kind of what you had in mind in addition to some of the key shots she was hitting?
Yeah, Q's just getting better and better. I mean, just only being a sophomore out there, and she's always the smallest one on the floor. But you could tell right from the get-go she was ready to go. I was like, oh, with all these people in here, you know you're going to yell. And man, she was calling the plays and screaming and very involved. And she's, again, another kid that's just going to get better, right? I mean, some of her drives probably were ill-advised, but you know, she hit that open three, and that was what we needed her to do. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.